Like, I can't even live right now. Like, why do people feel the need to waste my time? Why? Why? Cooling water. Cooling water. De-stress. De-stress.
Say baby I love you. Say baby I love you. Baby I love you. Say baby I love you. I love you.
Y'all, welcome back to my channel. Hey, y'all, welcome back to my channel. It's the one and the only Mimi, and today's video is gonna be a story time. Now, this story time may give you the chills. It may even rock your world. Just kidding. It really might be kind of disturbing because it's like disturbing for me to tell. But if you like that type of stuff, make sure you comment, like, and subscribe to join my family. You know you want to. Cat. So this story takes place when I was in elementary school. My elementary school was a private school. It was a private Catholic school, which means we had to wear uniforms, and everything was based around the Catholic Church. There's nothing wrong with that. The school was okay, but like the teaching ethic and the teachers, it was trash. I'm just saying, it was trash. Let's just give you a backstory. So this school was a school that my mother went to. So that's how you can tell how old this school is. And my older sister went to, and then I went to. I went to this school from pre-K through 5th grade. Yeah, 5th grade. But I think I was in either 1st grade or 2nd grade when this happened. Now, across the street from the school is I think it was a mental hospital. I don't think it was a mental institute, but it might have been. I'm not really sure of it because we weren't allowed to go over there. We weren't allowed to, you know what I'm saying? We weren't allowed to go over there or actually see what it was. But all I know is that it was a place for people with mental health issues and problems like that. I know this because every time we had recess, there would be blockades. Though, like, you know, those big giant orange cones, they would block off the end street and like the middle of the street right before the entrance to this mental hospital. One day we were all playing outside, and it was a man. Now, this man wasn't an ordinary man. We never seen this man ever before. But I've heard stories about him. I wasn't sure if they were true or not, but I was about to find out. And was tall, or maybe because I was just short at the time. I'm still short, but this man was tall. You can look up like that and you could finally see his face. He had tan skin, not like mine, a little bit darker than my skin, but it was tan. He had curly black shiny hair, like he had oil in his hair, but it was curly. You know how like when you put oil in your hair and it's curly, it looks like that? That's how his hair was. He always wore dress clothes or a suit. Like he looked like he was dressed for the occasion, I guess. One thing I noticed about him that was really strange was his smile. He had a smile from ear to ear. That was his only expression. I kid you not. That was his only expression. We never saw him angry. We never saw him sad. We always saw him smiling. So we named him the Smiley Guy. He creeped me out. I don't understand like why a mental hospital was across the street from an elementary school. I have no idea like who thought of this or whose thought process was this. But literally, you cross the street, it's my school. So recess time, I don't understand why they let the people come out of the hospital with no supervision. There was no supervision at all. So they just let the patients roam around. So we're playing, and the smiley guy is watching us. We look over, and he's just smiling, and then he's walking towards us. And I'm like, are y'all for real? Like, there's no supervision. The teachers, they were like in one spot, and they were like all talking to the other teachers, so they weren't really paying attention. So this dude could have harmed us, but he did not. The only thing was, he just scared us to death because he was smiling. He was like, was frozen. Like, I don't know. He could talk because he was like, hello guys, but it wasn't in a happy voice. It was like a calm voice. He was like, hello guys, and then just smiling, staring at us. And every time we were taught that when these patients come around us or whatever, we weren't supposed to, engage. We were supposed to tell an adult or something like that. But at the end of the day, they should have been paying attention. So that's that. So he was one of the main people that gave me the heebie-jeebies, because, like, why are you smiling all the time? And, like, his face was stuck on a smile. And then it was another lady who you could tell had really serious problems, because she would always scream, like, walking, like, I don't, like, she would walk up and down the street screaming, and then one time she charged at a student. Like, she was running, but she wasn't going to attack him. She was just running. I don't know why. Again, why do you let your patients roam the streets of DC with no supervision? You don't know what they're doing. I guess to give them freedom, but at the end of the day, if they have mental health issues, somebody needs to be there supervising them, period. I remember this clear as day. We were lining up to go into the building after recess time. And as we were lining up, going inside the building, I see Smiley Guy standing on our school property. He was just standing there smiling. As we're moving into the door, I see him walking slowly and slowly and slowly towards us. And then once the last person got into the door, he ran to the door, trying to open it. Our doors, thank God, locked automatically, but he was like yanking the door open, trying to yank it open. He was banging on the door, but while he's doing all this, he's smiling. He is smiling. Bro, like, oh my God, I will never forget his face because it was so scary. He was smiling, banging on the door, trying to open the door, and then our secretary, I love the secretary. She was so adorable and sweet and nice to me. That's the only person that I liked from there. But she was telling him, she was like, no, you can't come in here, blah, 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 you can't come in here. And I see all this, and we're looking at him, and he's still smiling. And nobody from the mental hospital, like the nurses and stuff like that, nobody knew. Nobody came over, nobody took him. No, like, we just left and we went to our classroom, and I guess he left or something. But the whole purpose of the story is that nobody was watching the patients. These patients could have did anything to us, and there would be no one would know, because nobody was watching, and it was really scary. And it's like, and then I remember, like, we didn't really have a gym in our school. We would use the mental hospital school, like their gym or whatever. And, like, that's what's really kind of scary to me, because they're bringing us into this environment. I know, like, the patients would be somewhere at a specific time, and then it'll be okay for us to use it, but it was just really scary. And I was like second grade. I was young, and I still know this man's face. It's really scary. Like, you'll get shook. I'm just saying.